Hey everyone, Ryan and Tom here. Hope you had a great 4th of July. You know, there's a lot going on here at SecureIt that we're doing. It's crazy. But it was a nice day off, gave us some time to reflect and to just think about what's really important and just center ourselves.
Yeah, it's always 4th of July on a Wednesday is always that, it's kind of a strange thing, but, there's a time to think about this country and who we are, why we're here, what we do. It's the greatest country in the world. It's the place to be. And it got me thinking about SecureIt and how we got started and why we do what we do. And it goes back to, I was in other forms of storage prior to this, and I toured an armory, Special Forces Armory. They were looking at problems they were having, and I was one of the guys that toured the armory, seeing how things were done, really seeing the failures, how bad some of these armories were functioning, really got us into this mindset of, holy cow, this stuff's not good. And we developed Cradle Grid, working with U.S. Army Special Forces to solve their problem of weapon storage, weapon racks that just couldn't get the job done. They were designed in the 90s, and this was 2003.
Well, yeah, it's really important to remember that when those guys take their rifle out into the field, it needs to operate. It needs to work exactly the way they need it to work. And it's all about the rifle. It's the proper storage. That's what we do, is we want to improve lives, improve the way that you do something.
It is. That was one of our things they're thinking about is, a sniper goes into combat with a rifle. The optic has to perform perfectly. It has to be zeroed. The gun has to perform perfectly because he's got one shot. And he's putting his life on the line to save a bunch of other guys. Goes right down to infantry guys. Their rifles have to perform. And we approached it from the standpoint of everything is designed around the weapon in the military or firearm in civilian, around that product working properly. And, we were a defense contractor for 10 years. And the more we looked at our own storage, and it's funny, we didn't make the correlation earlier, but it just kept grating on us that here we are building these armories, these incredible storage solutions, and we're going home and putting guns in safes that were just failing. Our whole reason to get into retail was because the gun storage industry has completely failed us. If you really look at what they're building and what they're providing, is it designed for a gun? I say it's not. Look at the inside of a gun safe. All those little W's holds 40 guns. That's crap. It holds 17. We all know that. They don't fit. More importantly, or worse, is the way they go in. There's no room for optics. The guns are all banging into each other. Clearly the interior of the safe was not designed from the standpoint of what is the best way to store a gun. It was designed from the standpoint of how do we make a safe look impressive when it's empty in a store. And that's how they designed it. Now, we have that challenge. When we had products in retail stores, one of our challenges was our products look great when they're all decked out full of guns, but we don't design them to look good empty. And that's been a challenge. One of the reasons we're not really pushing selling our products in the stores right now is the people that buy our products right now, you guys are the early adopters. You guys are the guys that believe it. You guys know the issues. You know the importance of properly storing guns. And
that's really what it's all about, is the proper way to store guns. And that's something that we're going to continue on today in terms of what we're talking about, decentralized storage. It's another key element on proper storage and safety and security. And
the idea of taking all your guns, putting them into a safe in the basement or in the den is incongruent with security and self-defense. If you really think about it, a thief breaks into your house, he sees the big safe, boom, he knows exactly where everything is. And we demonstrated that most of the safes out there, I can cut them in half in under 2 minutes with a cheap saw and a $20 carbide blade. So scrap that view and take a look at decentralized storage, which is taking your guns, don't store them in one spot, store them in many. Two things happen. A, you've got the guns now in different locations. Thieves won't find them. The other side of that is, as it works out, when you look at the data, the best places to store a gun to avoid theft happen to also be some of the best places to store firearms for home defense.
Yeah. Right. I mean, when a thief breaks in, where are they going first? Probably the master bedroom, living room.
Yeah, the FBI crime statistics, thief into your house, master bedroom, home office, living room. Typically they're out then, they may hit the den, they're in and out of a house about 6 minutes. It's very quick. That's a professional thief.
And so where do we spend most of our time? Kitchen, living room? I mean,
yeah, if you look at where are you going to store guns now? You want to avoid guns being stolen. Stealth is the best security. If somebody doesn't know it exists, they're not going to steal it. So we look at the concept of decentralized storage, take our fast box and our agile cabinets, a driving force for those. In my home, kitchen pantry. I've got 2 fast boxes. You spend a ton of time in the kitchen. There's an exit point from the home in most kitchens. You've got the ability to quickly arm yourself and get out. Master bedroom, you spend more time in a master bedroom because that's where you sleep at night than anywhere else. However, thieves are going there first. I keep 2 fast boxes, one on either side of my bed. I've got 2 shotguns. Actually, I got AR-15, wife has a shotgun. That's it though, I have no more in the bedroom. Front hall closet. If you've got a closet, like a coat closet by the front door of your house, thieves never look there. There's nothing there but coats. I've got an agile cabinet there. Guest room. I have a guest room with a big closet. That's where my main storage is. Thieves do not go into guest rooms. There's nothing there. Now, in our home, the way it's set up, in the event of a crisis, kids go to the guest room. It's a room. It's on a hallway. I've got a shooting lane. I've got access to all the firepower you'd ever need, and you can defend yourself. I mean, ultimately, the goal is if somebody's in your house, get out of the house. Arm yourself and get out. But if you can't do that, you need to defend yourself.
Yeah, which is important to have a plan just in general.
It is. There's articles on our website where we go into a lot of detail about the concept of decentralizing your storage, the concepts of home defense, because it's just old dinosaur thinking to take all your valuables and stick them in this big metal box.
Yeah, I mean,
stick them in the corner.
Again, it comes down to what the industry offers compared to what you actually need. So they offer a big giant safe. Well, you can only put that in the garage or in the basement. That's not what you actually need. What you need is safe storage that you can access in case of a crisis. And that's what decentralized storage is all about. It's giving you that option, that flexibility to get a firearm in case you need it. You're not limited by the product. You can do what you need to do.
Yeah, it's almost worse than that too when you look at the advertising of hell, can you look at Liberty Safe and call them up? I mean, they all do it. They have the big safe with all the beautiful scrolling. You can order it custom engraved, all this lettering, all this, and they show it as a showpiece. In your den, next to the fireplace with the big round rocks in the fire going in a lazy boy chair. And they're showing this to you almost like it's a lifestyle thing, like it's wow, look how great this looks, like it's a pool table. Guys, this is security. Why would you take a safe and put it in the middle of a big room for everybody to see it? If you're buying a safe for security, that's nuts. It's just plain crazy. When you go into a bank, they've got a vault there. And they may make it, you may know where it is, but they're not advertising right out front, that's where everything is. In your home, if you want to secure stuff, you don't put your safe out in the middle of the room. We make our true safe, and it's designed to go tucked back in a corner. You don't want them to find it, and if you do, you want them to have a hell of a time trying to get into it.
All right, guys, just a couple announcements. The gunroom giveaway has officially ended. We will be doing a drawing on the winner next Wednesday.
And the pry test video for the True Safe will be posted on YouTube next week. We're just getting that wrapped up.
Yeah, stay tuned for that. And if you want to know more about what we're doing here, make sure you subscribe to our email list. It's at the bottom of our website.
Yeah, guys, look, we're out to change this industry, and we need your help. We know a lot of people out there believe what we believe. And our goal is to get this industry to produce and sell us what we want, not the crap they're making. So join us, and let's just change the whole gun storage industry.
All right, guys, that's all we have for you this week. We'll see you next time.